And let's keep it moving here. Almost cleared through vaults. Yes, we should play it a wee bit carefully here. At least retreat back and pull them to us. Yeah, okay, we did get hit by one of the wrath effects there, or the torment-esque effects. Anything that does that half-healthing nonsense, might as well just retreat and heal up, because it's more danger than we'll find ourselves in general in these combats. And Condenser Vein is already back to not being inert. Huh. Fascinating. That's really good. Well, I think I'm going to Tremor Stones, see how far. Unfortunately, doesn't reach very far, so I didn't get anything in that. But kind of what I was hoping for here is that I'm just creating a lot of noise and trying to bring in more enemies, and then I'm going to Condenser Vein and just blow the top off this place, you know? Just got to be careful that these buddies don't meld up too much in front of me. Let's do it. Condenser Vein. We got negative energy again this time around, so that should take out most of these buddies pretty dang quickly. I think we'll stay and fight at the stairs here until we start to feel in danger, and then it is important to quickly pop upstairs when need be. I should also definitely kill this Moth of Wrath. There we go. I was mixing up the vowels. Brain couldn't even figure out what my problem was for a second there. But we definitely don't want them adding a might effect onto any of these bad boys around us. Beautiful. I should actually check. What is your chance of paralyzing me? Pretty low. I feel pretty good about that. Maybe we'll take you upstairs still, just for extra security here. Does get rid of our clouds, unfortunately, but not too shabby. Oh, you buddies did get mited somehow. Interesting. When did that happen without me noticing? Because that was the whole reason why I was worried about the Moth of Wrath here. But okay. Quickly heal up the rest of the way, and we've definitely turned this welcoming party into a doable force to take out. Oh right, none of the undead stuff can follow us. That's why we keep getting lighter loads up at the top of the stairs than I'm expecting, but it's kind of preferable, honestly. Makes everything a wee bit safer. The Red Cape Troll Shine buffs other trolls. Yeah, makes sense. Just always forget who exactly causes the might effect. I guess because the trolls, I think, for the most part, are by the time you get to this point in the game, they're almost the easy pack enemies that you find in this part. So I get so used to just quickly making my way through them that I don't know their combinations quite as well. I guess I pay more attention when, as a gargoyle, you're really paying attention to anything that has the stone destroying spells, but that aside, definitely get a wee bit lazy and try my best to take out the summoners here, because summoners are a pain in the butt. Get out of here, you vampire. And there we go. Whole army at their disposal there. Just absolutely ridiculous. That's a much better fight for us here. An enchant weapon scroll. Again, I might as well read and put on that trident that we're probably never using. -1 pair of gloves. Don't need those. Keep it going here. And I guess, yeah, we're already down to D4. Things are still going fairly smoothly here. But once we get through here, we will have to think about where we want to go for a third rune as well. Doing a quick double check of just what the heck everyone's carrying here, because I don't want to get hit by anything too scary unexpectedly. Old Flaming, though, is no problem whatsoever. I'm only worried if it's distortion at this point. And there we go, in this nice corridor. This should be an easy fight. At least not too shabby. Absolutely beautiful. And this really is quicker than I normally go through runs, which is good, because I definitely, now that I've started recording my runs, it's given me too good of a look at how slow I am, slow and methodical I am at playing this game. And it doesn't even pay off. Like, I still die to stupid mistakes all the time. I'm not careful, I'm just slow. But seem to be kicking that habit a wee bit here. Just breezing through this. Scary. Slow and careful here. Make sure I don't get surrounded by too many these scary old buddies, even though it is really starting to get to the point where I need to start thinking a bit more seriously about switching to that artifact shield that we've left behind. The RN and the R corrosion definitely might come in more handy now as we enter this final section of the game. Yes, we've already run into a decent amount of negative based enemies, but the corrosion is in case we run into that corrosion vault again, or I guess these buddies as well. It's just been a pretty corrosion heavy enemy distribution so far as we go. So I need to check my phone real quick here. Oh gosh. Just notification stuff. Had a whole bunch of mistexts from my partner, so I wanted to be pretty careful about that there. Oh, buddy. 2 raged things. Fortunately, neither is that strong. So, if I can get to a good corridor, break line of sight, I actually don't mind fighting these two. Especially if the Spriggan, yes, comes up. Need to kill the Spriggan. Cool. And then, oh, I was about to say everyone else here we can run away from, but can't run away from a lightning bolt. Jeez Louise. Okay, I'm probably gonna have to use my last scroll blinking here because I was just a bit stupid in how we approached this fight. Should have used some kind of speed enhancement earlier, I think, and just gone out of there. Or at least used up some of our evocations as well, because I guess Condenser Vein is a nice panic button as long as you remember to press it early enough to take out everything. But there we go. It at least does our classic favorite of splitting up the groups of enemies here, making things a bit easier in the second pass. So that in its own right is a nice little bonus at the very least. You have to be careful here. I do kind of forget that we are in Depths 5, so this is specifically where we might run into a really crazy end vault. There's so many Draconians. I expected Draconians maybe at the entranceway to Zot, but not filling the whole floor. Jeez Louise. Still no Arlek. Very scary. I think that's going to be the two things we need to make a focus on as we make our way into the final section here. This Arlek is another one of those resistances, along with the ones you mentioned for the shield, I guess, being the first. But there's another one of those resistances that we definitely might need for the end, with the electric golems and a lot of that scary stuff. Oh, we've got negative telly on us, but we'll run away using our speed here. In fact, let's just head straight for the stairs, shall we? Especially, ooh, didn't realize you teleported enemies like that. What fun. Okay, kill one bone dragon and then take the other upstairs with me. Oh, what the heck is this? I should have noticed this. This is why we always count our downstairs and upstairs. Make sure there aren't any hidden passages. Okay, nope. Let's hope this one's better. It is better. Okay. Just a wee bit scary here, but also kind of interesting. Let's actually just check in here. What did we see when we entered that area? A potion of degeneration, teleportation. Okay, nothing too crazy of the visible treasure, but there might be some more hidden away in that section at least. Once we find ourselves in a safer approach, let's experiment and explore, shall we? Yeah, we are getting crazy amounts of drain put on us with the negative energy coming our way, but such is the way of things in the endgame. And you know, we're pretty close to finishing the floor, so yeah, there we go. Finish that real quick. not head to those stairs. Let's actually head down this way for now. I'm gonna find, we're gonna look up for that RN plus again. I think I'm just about ready to switch up to the shield. I guess we do need our third rune anyway. Let's go grab it. Let's head into slime, because we'll go for the third option here, the one that we haven't experienced in our previous 2 wins, even if just for some fun flavor thing. Late game enemies provide a lot of XP, so that drain should go away fast, definitely. Yeah, not too much to worry about, fortunately. Enough here. But let's do it. We're going to lose a few points in shielding, unfortunately, which is kind of bleh, but do need this arc corrosion specifically for the slime, and the RN won't hurt either. Actually, neither will the resist corrosion. Won't hurt for finishing off Zot. And what else? Drop the staff of cold that I've been carrying around for no reason whatsoever. That's probably a good idea. And let us also recurse my shield. Perfect. Seems like we're sitting at pretty much the perfect number of remove curse scrolls throughout the course of the game so far. Very lucky with that. But it is time. Actually, maybe one more. If I look up mutation, want to make sure we have a backstock of potions of mutation before we do slime, because you never know when you might just get slammed hard by roulette. Mutation roulette, that is, but looking pretty good. So let's head to slime pits. And definitely, in my opinion here, we do not want to hang out in slime pits any longer than we need to. So we're not going to be exploring the floors whatsoever. We're just going to be finding downstairs as quickly as possible. We can see that there are 2 down this way. So that might be a solid place to start. Let's go a bit slowly. Okay, that we can take. Just on the lookout for malmutators here. Dang old shining eyes, as it were. And we take some corrosion damage, but I think we avoid some fights as well. So I am going to take this little squeeze passage through and just head straight for these stairs. Oh, there we go. That's beautiful. That's what we want to see every time. Oh, and again, do have to kind of clear these ones though. Otherwise, I think I'm going to run into some trouble leaving all these enemies behind. So do a quick clear out of the immediate area at the very least. Make some noise is always kind of nice so that you know how many things you'll draw. And there we go. Okay, so next floor, slime 5 here. One of the nice parts about this rune in particular is that, much like the Vaults 5 thing, regardless of difficulty or any of that kind of stuff, you at least know exactly what to expect out of this entire area. So we know exactly what we need to prepare for and what we're going to be dealing with as we make our way through to the center and start fighting the royal jelly here. So for me personally, I'm actually going to use one of our magic mapping just to simplify my mark job here. But what I like to do is quickly block off all of these. And then I want to do just a bit of a clear of the outside here, at least a quick pass, kind of drawing all the enemies to me, because I don't want to be caught out or caught in that central area, oops, by enemies coming in from where we enter. So it's always nice to clear your back, make sure you're safe, play consistent. Fortunately, yeah, these buddies can't do anything to us without the confusion, so just get through all these fights. Also, yeah, I forgot to mention the peacock said always remember which stairs you took up while going back up. Definitely. Especially after our very recent errors in depths. It's definitely appropriate to give that warning out. But perfect. Let's draw these bad boys to us. I'm going to wait back here a bit just to heal up. Fortunately, because of the layout of this floor, I find that a lot of times if I find myself in really bad danger situations, a teleport will often take you to somewhere close enough to the outside where you can kind of just hide away. It's not too shabby. But there's a shining eye. Oh, interesting. They gave us a neutral or a good mutation. This one here, we got a thin skeletal structure, so we got plus dex and stealth. Huh. I think that's an extremely small chance of happening, or I've misunderstood something severely here, but I'll take it. So I also just was fighting a bit close to the central mass there. Ooh, we're losing a lot with this corrosion as well, but I think we're outrunning everything slowly but surely. Gotta keep a close eye on that. But yeah, we started causing enough noise to attract some of the monsters from the middle, which isn't too bad as long as we just get these monsters, but we don't want the big lady herself. Oh gosh, more and more acid coming through. Didn't even realize these buddies are fast, so you know what? I'm gonna waste a haste. Not really a waste, I guess, if it's ensuring a bit of survivability. Probably would have been fine, but rather be safe than sorry. Let's just wait out that negative 28 we were getting hit by. Would have been impossible for us to hit enemies or reduce incoming damage, I'm sure. And we immediately get slammed by the heavy hand of corrosion again, even with our resistances. Let's take this buddy upstairs. Oh, get ready to take this buddy further upstairs, or any of these buddies if need be. Dang, dang, dang. How are we doing here? Just checking up on how much damage they can do exactly. Compared to other monsters, slimes make more noise when you smack them in melee. Oh, really? That's cute. Oof, oof. Let's throw in a heal here, and I should have done this earlier. But just throw out everything. Throw everything at the wall, see what sticks. Okay, I need to go upstairs. Heal up. Doesn't help that as we play here, my room gets progressively hotter. So not only is the tension from the game causing me to sweat, but also just the heat of the room is consistently building up. Oh, geez Louise. Didn't realize there was a shining eye right behind you, friend. So I'm going to use F, and then I'm just hitting the period key here because I don't want to throw my javelins past them. I want it to be close enough for me to quickly pick them up like that. Just retrieve them. And we're going to keep splitting these enemies as well. Just to play it safe, do not ever underestimate corrosion. It's the one thing that I do most often in this game, especially in slime in particular here. And I guess we did almost lose our heroic run to that giant corrosion vault, so maybe it is just a glaring blind sight in my perspective on the game. Something to keep in mind for the future. Keep an eye out on me. Okie dokie, I think I'm pretty happy with this. Oops, don't travel into the excluded area yet. We've managed to attract a lot of the outside here, so I'm going to enter from this side, fairly close to our exit stairway. Let's just make sure that we're all set up to go here. Phantom Mirror is going to play a pretty big role in my specific build here. Okay, let's Shift X, get rid of the exclusion with E here. Let's see how quickly we run into the big old royal jelly here. Never quite know. At least if we make noise here, we should start attracting them. Come on, royal jelly. I'd like to draw them out of the center here. If possible, at least. It's usually completely doable. Where the heck are you? Oh, I pulled them out already. That's funny. So when we made noise down there, we actually did, I think, pull the royal jelly out of its normal hidey hole here, which is very scary actually. There we go. You don't want a rogue boss just on the loose somewhere in your level and you don't know where they are. That's kind of the nightmare scenario there. But okay, so this is the royal jelly themselves. Definitely can be scary, and if you don't have a lot of AoE, when this bursts into jellies, you get swarmed by those corrosion bolts. It'd be pretty rough. I think I was gonna try and drag this buddy just a wee bit. It's immune to acid. That's good to know. But, okay. We could start triggering some stuff now. It would at least shake it up and it would release a bunch of its little beba slimes, but here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna haste. Does that make me equally as fast? No, I'm faster. Okay. Gonna gain some ground here. Then, let's do condenser vein first. Dang it. Got poison. That's no good. Absolute trash. Mix it up. We're gonna use one of each evocable here just to get real funky with it for fun. You know what? No, we're switching orders here. Phantom Mirror needs to happen now before it's too disastrous. Box of Beasts, also just for funsies here. And we have to use the File of Bloods, but I really don't want to hit my own friend. So let's take a step forward. Yar. There we go. Perfect. There are a lot of options here involving immolation techniques as well. So I'm gonna get some distance from the enemies, and then, okay, I want you to step forward, please, Royal Jelly, because I need you to be part of the fun and joy here, but we'll scroll of immolate. Let's do it. Wee bit risky, but with javelins here, we should be able to poke these buddies and get them exploding in the background here, and there we go. Just start the chain reaction. Things will keep going from there. Okay, we are going to get hit just a wee bit by this. Beauty, though. We did manage to take out the Royal Jelly with that last javelin throw, and we stepped out of range just as these blob buddies exploded in front of us, so that seems ideal and awesome. Definitely didn't plan for it to go that well. But subtle advantage of using a polearm here is we're just outside of range of these little ignition explosions, so we're actually relatively safe compared to how we'd normally be in this exact situation. But let's start blowing through the last of everything here. Maybe use another tin of tremors just for fun. Loosen up the last couple of buddies here. Absolutely gorgeous. And that was, yeah, fairly textbook Royal Jelly kill. I mean, the only way that I normally like to improve on that in a big way is having nets, because it's really easy to hit the Royal Jelly with a net, and then it severely dampens their options in the fight. So, always a handy thing to keep in mind for sure. Beautiful, taking out the Shining Eye in one hit. Love to see it. Let us go get all our treasure now. So we can shift X, get rid of all these dangled exclusions. Hopefully no slimes have eaten any of this, even though I don't think there are any left in here by the time we made our way on out. There we go. The third Rune of Zot is in our hands here. Definitely not too shabby, and ooh, the Hat of Pondering. Oh, if we were casting spells, I mean, the willpower is awesome. Ponderous is scary, though. Slows our movement. Let's see, if I put the U on, how does it compete against Boots of Running? Oh, they cancel each other out. That's good. Hey, Brain, how's it going? So that's pretty sweet. I think I will wear this Hat of Ponderous if that's going to cancel out like that. Don't need the intelligence or the mana points, really, but the will? Definitely not too shabby. It's been something that's been in very short supply for us this whole time. Just another +2 pair of... Oops, don't walk into teleport trap. +2 pair of gloves we don't really need, but we should read this enchant armor. We even get the scroll of immolation that we spent on that fight back. Beauty. We'll just manually go through here. Oh, the rat skin cloak. Oh, that's really cute. I like a lot of these unrand arts. The super thematic, flavorful ones like this especially are just super cool. Let's see, it doesn't change our AC. Do we get anything out of this cloak? No, just AC. Huh. Might do it just for fun. Because yeah, every time we get hit, we can spawn rats out of it, which is pretty wacky. It does make for decent retreat options. So, let's read a scroll of remove curse, uncurse our cloak here, and let's try this rat skin cloak. Very cool. It's not very often that I get to use unrand arts like that, so I'll take it. And then we're just gonna scroll through picking up the last couple things. We don't really need double pips of resist cold, so we'll probably leave everything else just lying around. I'm always tempted to take an anti-magic item for fighting orbs of fire, because if you can completely prevent them from casting spells, then they won't mutate you at all. And in fact, they can't do anything. They don't have a standard attack of their own. But it's not always a super consistent way to take them out. I would almost always rather just have enough damage to do so. And there we are. Down into slime and back out, rune in hand. Absolute thing of beauty here. And now, we just have Zot to clear, and we're done. Done almost. Holy cow. Not to say that that's going to be a walk in the park. Never know what to expect from the trip into Zot here. What I should do though is recurse those equipment items that we just switched out. Make sure we keep our deity happy in that regard. And let's drop some of the more useless crap here. I'll drop the single Curari needle. I don't think we need that. And same with this ring of ice. I might regret not having that, but we have 1 pip of RC, so that should be good enough for just this basic 3 rune stuff. And so, let's maybe peek our heads into Zot. If we're having a whole lot of trouble right away, we have a lot of areas we can go to gain more experience, but we're pretty tough in general here. So as long as we're careful, should be able to do a decent performance down here. Or get a decent show in, I should say. And there we go, the first of the rats to pop out of our cloak. Absolutely love it. Quicksilver dragons aren't too bad as long as we're not completely dependent on any kind of buff, magical buff effect. And that scroll of blinking is a lifesaver. Oh my lord, definitely want that. Slow down my tabbing a little bit here, because I don't want to get caught out too badly. Okay, it's these buddies who keep teleporting them in. The shifters, so take out the shifters first. I would really like to not use that scroll of blinking immediately after picking it up. It'd be nice to hold on to it for at least a wee bit here. Here's what we're gonna do. Start using some of these dang ult abilities. In fact, Condenser Vein, it's just gonna be the one. What did we get? We got Thunderclouds. Very cool. Not seem to do a whole lot, weirdly enough. Thunder. Intermittently strike with lightning. Okay. So I see it's not as consistent necessarily as some of the other damage applications. Okay, this shifter needs to die, and now we should be able to escape. That's what I was gonna say. But never a dull moment, eh? Okay, we're using that blinking scroll that we just picked up. Seems fitting of the run, I guess. It seems to be the pattern of me making silly mistakes and using up just that type of consumable in particular with extreme prejudice here. But let's try and split up this group just a wee bit here. We can switch to boomerangs so we save the javelins for an important fight. But Arlek is kind of the painful point here. I guess don't fire in my rat's direction. Probably should have just taken it out. Collateral damage accepted. But this is already much better, just being able to soften up targets a bit with our ranged. There's a reason we trained this much of the range skill. Let's use it, shall we? But hope that we get through a little smoother here, and then I should do a recheck of any Arlec that might be lying around, because I feel like we must have left something sitting around, right? Wow. Both of the artifact rings with Arlec, both are rings of ice, which is just great. Very strange. So if we can get enough pips of fire resistance, that may be worth it. But unfortunately, don't know if we have the means to do just that. So let's continue to explore through Zot here, being a bit more careful. Let's not get surrounded again. I think for whatever reason, shifters are another one of those enemies where I vastly underestimate them based on kind of my own experiences with fighting them in the past, because I've definitely never had problems quite like that before. Ooh, distortion is a pain in the butt. Draconian Knights too. Is that slightly stronger? I don't know how often I see Knights. Are you like a bodyguard for a specific unique? Is this going to be Tiamat? Probably going to be Tiamat, right? Something silly like that. Well, I'd like to pull the Knights out here. Fortunately, the only entrance exit is quite far away here. Here, let's see if our training in evocations has paid off in this regard. Oh, it kind of has. 73%, still failed it, but there we go. I'll definitely take a 73%. Main issue with that buddy was just that distortion blade. I really don't want another trip through the abyss right now. Not the time or place, but that is much better. So let's try and reduce these fights to one-on-one as often as possible, and not just corridors, but actually only fighting one monster, because the groups are definitely giving us a bit of a trouble this low experience level. I guess part of why I might be struggling now relative to normal is, again, I usually like to get all the experience I can possibly cram in before taking this final step. But it's kind of a fun little experiment to see if we can make our way on through at a time when most people get their 3 rune wins, from what I understand. Because for whatever reason, my brain has always made it a prerequisite to get all the way up to experience level 27 to make it out, but it's not truly necessary, I don't believe. Okay, let's take these buddies up. Definitely try and section out these groups and have a retreat option in case we get berserked by the dang old moths there. And perfect. Seeing the dragon from this far away gives us much more time to soften the buddy up, which is pretty solid. In fact, managed to take out a gold dragon as they approach. Not too shabby whatsoever. And we'll take a look at the quarterstaff for fun. The mud pie of death. Oh me, oh my. Sounds absolutely frightful. Sounds like something the big boss, Killer Clown, would be lugging around. Full quarterstaff instead of the usual club. Very scurry. Okay. This is an exact example of when we should not rush in. Just like we were talking about a moment ago, Self. Let's retreat. Take them out few at a time. There's no reason to fight whole packs in one go here. Normally it's nice when you have some source of AoE. It's not too bad fighting these packs, especially they're one of the few late game enemies that don't have poison resistance, so things like an OTR Ignite Poison combo can be a huge deal, but... Wow, wait, I have 3 scrolls of acquirement? Brain, are you okay? You're not paying attention. I guess we should read these, see what the heck is waiting in store. There's probably a Resist-Elec artifact that's just been holding out on us this whole time. I'm pretty happy with the 2 kite shields that we've already found on our own here, so I'm probably just going to take the money here. Don't have particular interest in anything else on the list. Another scroll of acquirement right off the bat. There is some Arlec without downsides for once. Not great upsides either, but not downsides. Yeah, we just lose some AC on that. Oh me. Oh my. The things I put myself through just by forgetting. Because, yeah, it was also in our last Hill Arc game where we won with Elder Hofi III that we left a scroll of acquirement just on the floor in a random branch for half the game. Great job, me. Absolutely brilliant. But it comes pre-cursed and everything, so let's drop those bad boys and let's slap these ones on. I guess maybe I should read my last scroll of acquirement. What if we get better gloves? But no, okay, it looks like kind of settled in here. Another artifact kite shield with the same beautiful tile art. Rampage and resist corrosion. This might have been a fun choice to take through slime with us if we had gotten the opportunity, but as is, probably just go with the money there. Not too shabby. Well, more money than we'll ever need, but I guess it's technically points, I think. I think it adds to your overall score at the end of the day here, so I'll take it. Ooh, don't start raging, everyone, you dang old moth. Oops, let's switch to javelins so we for sure have the pierce effect, and I want to take out this moth as soon as possible. Son of a gun. Can we? Oh no. Oh, that's so much worse. Okay. Scroll of Fear does clear the way a wee bit here, and I'm just running for the stairs. Even if I can just bring these buddies up in smaller batches, I'm totally happy to take this fight, but with the Moth of Wrath there, if they had berserked all the Draconians around us, that would have been a nightmare situation real quick. Okay. Let's maybe poke our head down. Just a couple of you, please head this way. Yeah, this is working perfectly. Just keep stare dancing them. Oh, Jesus. Oh, dang it. I wasted an attack there, or I used an attack when I shouldn't have. Okay, so immediate scroll of teleport, just in case things go badly here. Can always take out this group in a slow clearing pattern. Wow, okay, we managed to take out 2 of them, almost 3, before the teleport kicked in. But there we go. Now they're all spread out throughout the level. As long as I try my best to hunt them all down, shouldn't have too much of an issue here. Definitely don't want to leave too many lying around and wait to surprise me in an ambush on my way up. But that's not too shabby. Perfect, just 2 of you, and just 2 of you. Ideal. Absolutely, chef's kiss. Scare dragons, scare dragons. Should still be able to take it. Finally got another rat out of our cloak as well. Always exciting just to see those little buddies popping. I want to save javelins. Javelins are a really solid way of taking out things like orbs of fire, so I do really want to save that. I should hit X and figure out, yes, you're all being summoned by this buddy, so perfect. And just tab through the rest. Ghost moths are, fortunately, no problem whatsoever for us on this character in particular, so that's pretty sweet. Getting innate see invisible from our deity is definitely pretty schwanky there. I switched to my Arlec, right? Okay, ooh, good. Just double checking here as we start fighting an electric golem of all things. Seems like an important thing to double check. And going much better now, even though we're not out of it yet. Jeez Louise. What the heck is this? I don't need to come in here, right? Can I just do this? Because that seems like an absolute nightmare scenario. Just all those Zot traps are waiting for enemies to paralyze me and whatnot. But not too shabby, just fighting out here. Even, again, try and take out the golden dragon with boomerangs as they approach. Not too shabby. And we'll move on from that vault for now. If we end up needing to clear it, then we will do so. But unless that becomes the case, I would very much rather not. Perfect. Trying to get back to the corridor here so that not all 3 of these tough monsters are slamming in on us at once. Much better. Have I found a treasure vault at all? No, no treasure trove for me so far. Those are not guaranteed to show up in every game, so fortunately, sometimes you might just never run into one. That's the way it is. RNG be a bee like that. But we'll see how it goes for us, and it doesn't look like we necessarily have to make it through that central vault. There might be treasures, for sure, but I don't like all the webs. I'm just gonna try my best to completely avoid that if we can. I also should have been using magic mapping this whole time. We're in Zot 5 and I have 7 scrolls just sitting around here. It's not like they're gonna be used anywhere else. Okay, Zot Trap is a pain in the butt. Same with any Moth of Wrath, it needs immediate termination here. Fortunately, we found the true counter to golden dragons, our boomerangs. They just don't know what hit them. And perfect. This should be an alright fight with just the 2 of them. It's only when we get the cob added on that it truly becomes nightmare. Okay, Draconian Knight coming. No distortion or anything like that at the very least. So that is good. I do want to take out this polearm buddy before the others get here. That would be just swell. Not quite. Come on, you can do it. Okay, let's go Potion of Might here, because again, those are ones that I find I don't use by the end of the game anyway, so might as well just slap on some extra damage on our side of things here. And should help out a decent amount here, but we will see how the rest of the fight goes. Make sure we don't move too quickly in that sweet, sweet tabbing action. Don't want to find ourselves running too far into any mistakes that we can't take back. Like starting to get surrounded. Oh geez, coaster stuck to the part of my glass a wee bit there. You can see the weirdly dirty underside of my coaster. No idea. I don't know if it's actually dirty or if it's just been dyed green by something. If I used like a green pen, placed it on top of it too much. Something for sure. But we did finally get the acid clouds we always dreamed about. Not doing anything to these yellow draconians, I'm guessing. Not just resistant. Not immune, that's good. But let's get rid of some of these tougher buddies, shall we? Annihilator has got to go. Okay, apparently Annihilator is not going to be going. Just teleported somewhere instead, I believe. Not always super clear to tell what happened to them, but that sounds about right. So, and our own clouds do not hurt us. That's good to know here. Now that we've reduced the horde down, though, I was just going to start retreating towards the stairs in case we found ourselves really needing a desperate escape here. Don't want to have to walk that whole way. Perfect. Not too shabby. Did use the condenser vein there, but it really doesn't take too long to repower up. So, shouldn't be a concern there. Just keep abusing doors and the way that AI go around it to try and get the mage to fight us there. Worked, at the very least. Don't like this Berserk Draconian. That's for sure. Not nearly as bad as a Berserk Dragon, though, so we'll at least stand and fight here. Don't have to worry too much in that specific regard. And oh me, oh my, it just continues here. Zot has definitely been a bit of a slowdown in terms of our pace, but still not going too shabby whatsoever. Making our way through Zot 3 here. Okay, definitely wanted to kill that Moth of Wrath before the dragon got in, because that's exactly what we were just talking about. Wrath dragons are no good, or berserked dragons as it were. Quicksilver dragon on its own, however, no problem whatsoever. Enchant armor. Yeah, let's put that on our plate armor here. Why not? We did actually leave a whole bunch of enchant armor scrolls just lying around in the dungeon somewhere. Probably won't end up going back for those, but don't really need it, I guess. So I'm going to hit another condenser vein here. We do seem to be getting enough experience to bring it back online nice and quick, which you'd love to see. And then fortunately just one yellow draconian in this little group here, so not too shabby whatsoever. Beautiful. It's one way to take out a pack for sure. I don't think we'll find anything too valuable there. Let's finish it all off here. Let's bring you all to a long hallway, shall we? No shifters, so we don't have to deal with that nonsense this time around, but the hallway allows us to do some fun things like this. Get another chance to show off some of the evocable items that we don't use nearly often enough here. Especially since, are we at max? Not quite max evocations, just 24, a measly 24 skill. But still, not too shabby whatsoever. That lightning rod there. Then let's just switch to taking the rest out by hand. And Condenser Vein is back online, so we can kind of just rotate through our evocables here, and as long as we're not dealing with too tough of a fight, then should be almost an infinite repeatable pattern there, maybe. Definitely not enough experience with the rechargeable evocables yet to feel that great about it. But Gold Dragon down. Let's maybe retreat up to the stairs. Will we finish this fight? No. Didn't think it'd be too much of a problem here. Not too shabby. Let's throw one more magic mapping down, shall we? Make sure we don't drive ourselves too far into a corner or too far away from an escape stairway. This is definitely a very fitting layout for Zot 4, having all the stairs centralized like that. Thematically seems right for sure. But yeah, I guess we'll head out here first. Just try and clear out these dead ends. I'm gonna do a bit of manual walking here. Maybe we can auto-explore over that. Perfect. As long as auto-explore is taking us the right way, happy to use it. Ooh, let's not leave silence lying around. Let's pick that up just in case we run into something in the future here we need to use that on. And take out that Moth of Wrath ASAP. Beautiful. I also didn't know that they could put down lava like that. Huh, that's really cool. Scary, blocking off our retreat like that. Don't love to see it, but cool nonetheless. And now we will fight this monstrosity up here, and then we'll probably head back to the same stairwell that we went down in the first place, because it seems like the safest bet here. And then hopefully just come across the same fight again. Hopefully they've also dispersed a bit, and it does look like it indeed. At least all the summons are gone, which is a bit of sweat off our back. And not too shabby. Okay, who the heck? You're the summoner. The Storm Caller, of course. Take out that buddy right away. Such a pain in the butt. Fiercely retaliating with our horns here every once in a while. Like to see that message pop up in chat. Or in the text log, I guess, to differentiate it from the chat over here. It's only when you are forced to use words in new contexts often that you truly recognize the multi-meanings that are behind them. But okay. Use my Condenser Vein here. Flames is a pretty good combination here. I don't think any of these buddies are resistant to it. No, I don't think any of these ones are. So, beautiful. Let's at least fight them in here, dealing a little bit of damage over time to them as we make our way through. Not too shabby.